Ready.
Set.
Gamecast.
Welcome to Ready Set Gamecast, a bi-weekly podcast about video games and fitness. I'm Bryce, and I'm joined by your fitness instructor, Darian.
Yeah, 10 more push-ups.
And here to pump you up is Teddy Chinaris.
Woo! Let's go. Are you ready? That's it.
I'm sure that.
Are you ready?
I'm sure that wasn't bad audio at all.
No, I leaned
that was
away
probably
from the
quality.
mic so it wouldn't peak too bad for the first woo. You know,
Yeah.
What
it
is
had to be done.
What is your fitness style, Darian? What kind of hot sick
Fitness
moves?
style.
What kind of sick moves you gonna teach the youngins?
I'm going to teach everyone how to play Project Diva. It's a Hatsune Miku game. It's a rhythm game. We're going to work on our thumbs, guys. It's going to be great.
Getting real fit.
So fit. Our thumbs are going to be ready to go.
Do they have
You're never going to miss a thumbs up because your thumb is so strong playing this game.
Teddy, where's your
Teddy's
focus?
got the idea.
Where you?
On the glutes. Just all on the glutes, dude. Every day is glute day. You know what I mean? You're going out there, really just squeezing those things and trying to get them where you want them to be. You know what I mean?
You'll be
Who
able
needs
to.
leg day?
Yeah.
You'll be able to squash a watermelon with your glutes.
Oh,
the one.
no, thank you.
Yes, please.
I don't ever want that image again.
I do.
Jesus.
Well, Darian, can you paint me an image of the video games you've been playing?
Well, that took a
Wow.
really different turn because we were talking about fitness, and now you want me to paint?
Video
It's
games.
all part of the healthy, mindset, right? You know?
Yeah. You got your
Mine
wellness.
It's good for you. It's
My
creative, getting
artistic
those creative
style
juices
is
going.
not paint.
Okay, what's your artistic style?
Not the graphic medium at all. I don't draw. I don't paint.
Okay, what's your artistic style?
I like to sing.
Okay, can you sing for us real
okay.
quick?
No.
Okay, can you tell me what game? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what games you've been playing?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I half expected a no. It was like, all right, Teddy.
No. Teddy. Yeah. Okay, so I've been playing Minecraft. I've
Wow.
been playing. I didn't play that much, but I played a couple of games of League of Legends. And I'm gonna do it again because they just announced a new Jinx skin, and I'm just ready.
Falling back in.
I already told David, I was like, this month I need to budget at least $30 to League of Legends skins because they're releasing a new skin set and Jinx has one of them. And I'm probably not just gonna want Jinx. So, like, real talk, I need money in League because I haven't spent enough already.
Yeah.
Is it robot arm Jinx?
Yeah, she's got a robot arm and this bright orange hair, and she does a whole video. Like, she's a space pirate. It's great. I love her so much. I've never given a shit about space until Jinx was in it, and now it's like, yeah, space is cool. All right.
Never given a shit about space.
Space isn't really my thing.
What if I
But now
told
it
you
is.
you're in space right now?
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm in my office.
it's in space.
It's an office
No,
space.
it's not.
Bam.
Oh, no. No, it's not. It's in an apartment.
Okay.
This isn't designated office space.
I mean,
You
it's
designated
designated office space
It's
inside
my
your apartment.
designated office space.
Oh.
Fuck off. All right, moving on.
Fuck off.
Get
Moving on.
destroyed. Fucking destroyed.
We all played Stick Fight, and you should watch that video
It's not out yet, but it's gonna
when it's
come out.
available.
I have given it to the editor. She has done nothing with it, to my knowledge.
That's fine.
But at some point,
bless
it'll
her
come out.
heart. She is just the sweetest. and I played a game called Dead by Daylight because it came out for free on PlayStation, right? And I am not playing it on PlayStation. I already have it on the on the computer, so I didn't want to download it again and then be sad because I don't have any of the DLC that I've already purchased. So I've started playing it. I played it. Well, I was live for about 3 hours, but I played about 2 hours because the first entire hour was trying to figure out why the hell the game will not launch. It failed to launch for like a whole hour, and we did 1,000 things to try to fix it before we finally figured out what it was. And I don't even remember what it was. I just remembered a piece
of news that's not on the news. Okay, keep going.
You better add it in there.
Neither of you will care, but it's very important to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what matters.
Yes, Teddy, we know you have a girlfriend. You don't have to keep bringing it up.
That's not. It's not.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's not news.
The last game I've been playing is Hatsune Miku Project Diva X, which is the best game ever. Okay,
All right.
It's not. It's a really good game, though. The music is really good, and all of the modules are really pretty, and
Gotta love those modules.
And I found my new favorite Vocaloid song in there, and that's really exciting to me. And I also purchased Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Tone, which Project Diva X has 30 songs. Project Diva Future Tone has 220 songs, so I'm pretty hyped about that.
How much do you know about Miku?
Are you gonna quiz me right now?
Yep, right now.
All right. Man. What have you got?
Do you know that Miku goes on tour? Like,
yes.
There's actual shows.
She performed. You know what? My favorite thing is that she like awkwardly performed on one of the late night talk shows with like, oh God, what is his name? I had to look it up. And she sang
Halpert.
Sharing the World.
Uh-huh.
That was really good. Her birthday just happened in August.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exciting.
I do know
Happy
Miku,
birthday,
by the way. You wanted to quiz me? Let me just give you 5 random bits of trivia in rapid succession.
Follow-up question.
Partial trivia.
What's your favorite module?
My favorite module?
No, give me Teddy's favorite module.
Teddy's favorite module is probably underhanded. I don't remember.
The
Power
Ranger
Rangers ones, yeah. But but not Miku. It's his favorite. Actually Miku would probably be his favorite because you like green, right, Teddy?
Yeah, green's my favorite color.
Darren, what's your favorite module?
The one from Streaming Heart. I can't remember what it's called. I don't remember their names. I just remember what song they're from. That one's really cool, though.
Okay.
I just unlocked it today, and I'm very excited about it. I also really like the one from ID for Miku and Luca. It's so, like, futuristic, and it's got a big boob window down to, like, their belly button. It's pretty great. I care about things like that.
Sure.
Boob windows.
Sure.
Teddy,
anyway, that's all I played.
I'm confused.
Modules are outfits.
Oh, okay. I didn't actually know that. That's good to know.
I know this because I follow Viking Jesus, and Viking Jesus loves Miku.
Yeah.
So I am aware of Miku through Viking Jesus, and the terminology has been absorbed through his content. Shout out to Viking Jesus. He is in a continual Miku
gentleman.
cosplay. He dyed his hair and beard blue for a Miku cosplay, and has just left it blue. Teddy Nurse, what have you been playing?
I've been playing, some might say, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the biggest week for Teddy Chinaris in video games in the entire year, and you would be correct. Destiny 2 Forsaken came out on Tuesday, got a solid fucking one night with it, and then the next day I spent all day studying for accounting, which I still did awful on the exam, but that's a whole different story. And then the next day I got to play for like another 2 hours, so I've probably played like a total of like 8 to 10 hours. I have not played much Forsaken, which is sad. And then Spider-Man came out Thursday night, and I can't stop playing Spider-Man. It's so good. Let me tell you. Forsaken is really good too from what I've played so far, and everybody else that is playing it, it's like in the Destiny community that's like has similar views to what they want with Destiny, is loving it. Like everyone is really saying like this is the second coming. So we'll see. There's a big bug right now that's affecting a lot of people that were excited to go for World's First, but I'll mention a little bit about that in the news later. But yeah. It's really good so far, but I'll have more to say about that as we go, because you know, Forsaken is just gonna be something I end up playing more and more.
Have you finished the Forsaken story?
Yeah, I did.
I feel like this might be spoilery, so if you're worried about Forsaken spoilers, maybe mute.
Skip ahead 2 minutes.
10 seconds.
So 15 seconds?
Is Cade actually dead? Because we were... Okay.
Yes.
There was the whole thing...
As far as we know right now. I mean, I haven't done the Dreaming City stuff, which apparently is more story, but like I have, and he's... Yeah. I mean, there's also the Ace of Spades quest, where you get his gun. So, and there's like a mission at the end of that, so maybe that tells you something. But as far as I know, just from the main story, yeah, he's dead. Because
we were having the conversation of the fact that he there was somebody else voice acting him. So it's like, oh, is he really dead? But yes,
Nolan North, man, did a bang up job. He did great.
Mean, yeah, if you hadn't told me that somebody else did his voice, I wouldn't have noticed. But knowing that, I was able to hear it.
Yeah, as soon as there are a couple lines that he says that I'm like, oh, well, that's just Nathan Drake. What's up, dude? How you doing? But like, other than most of the time, he still sounds very much like Cade. But yeah, it's really good, man. I have a bunch of friends. Like my friend Eric is going ham in it and is way past where I am, and he's in the Dreaming City and unlocked all this stuff. And I want to, but man, Spider-Man is so good. Let me tell you why I'm loving Spider-Man. I'll try and keep it relatively short. My favorite game of all time is Infamous 2. I really like open world superhero games, and this is very Infamous. Like, it's not developed by Sucker Punch, the developers of Infamous. It's Insomniac Games, but like, it's so Infamous. There's so many little like the side missions, like getting the pigeons is very similar to getting the birds in Infamous 2 as the collectibles. Like there are all the different side missions are very Infamous-y side missions where they're all varied just a little bit to be fun. Like the research stations are different than the backpacks, and the backpacks give you a little side story. The research stations are like different gameplay, and like the collectibles are actually interesting. Like I opened up the map, I unlocked landmarks and backpacks to collect. I spent like 3 hours just going through the map and getting them all. And then I was like, all right, now I can do main story. Like, it's so good. And it's so much fun just to swing around the city. The traversal feels so good. I was playing it, and so far, it might end up being one of my favorite games ever. Like, it's so, so good, and I love it so much, and I cannot wait to play more. And from what I've heard, the story just gets better, and I'm very excited to play more. When I beat it, I want to platinum it. That's what I'm working towards, so I'll let you know if I ever do beat it. But those are the two things I mainly played. Big things for me that I'm sure I'll have more about in the future.
I've also been playing Spider-Man. So I can't remember if it came with the pre-order. I got the deluxe edition, so I'll have all the DLC and stuff. But it was nice. I think it came from the pre-order. You get like 3 skill points out the gate, and then you also have the spider bot unlocked. And that spider bot is so helpful with like crowd control.
Yep. The drones are really, really OP. You also get a suit power later. I guess slight spoilers for mechanics. I don't know. But you get a suit power that is very much... It's literally called Spider Bro.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
the bigger
just like
one.
the drone, but super, super strong.
Yeah.
And you call that down. Like, I will sometimes get in a big fight. I'll call the Spider Bro down, and then I'll call in 3 of the drones. And then they'll just...
Yeah. And then you
do
just
their
like
job.
chill out.
Yeah. It's really strong.
It definitely took me a little bit to get a handle for the combat, and I was still not like 100% in. But like that first fight, I was like, I am not doing well, just because there's so many things that you can do that it's hard to. That they almost like. You have to be doing them all very because guys will have guns, you'll have guys punching you. You kind of need to dart around. You need to hit guys in the air. You need to incapacitate people with webs, or else you'll get overrun. Definitely power ups will help with that a little bit, being able to swing away their guns. Although I will say it's kind of annoying. I'll take away everybody's guns, and then they'll just go pick them back up. It's like, no, that's not yours anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll disarm them, and then they're like, "Oh, well, let me just go over here
Let
and
me
get
go
this
get that
back."
back.
It's like, all right. And it takes a while to disarm them.
Yeah.
I've kind of stopped disarming. I
Yeah.
kind of just go straight for them. You're so fast that disarming slows you down. You have to and then you pull for a second. Whereas if you just go towards them, you're like, phew. It's awesome.
I've got the upgrade that when you spin things around to swing it, smash them with it, it does damage while it's spinning. So that's nice to kind of if you're grouped up in the center, you can do a lot of damage and stuff. I have no idea what point I'm in the story in terms of how far in. I don't think I'm done with Act 1. I guess there's acts, but it's definitely done some very interesting things. There was one moment with Miles that was very, very powerful. Also, I was just yelling the entire time of why would you be doing this? But people find out for themselves about that. But I also finished God of War.
Nice.
It took me a very long time, but I finally did it. And that I will say that there is both, I guess, a little bit of story, but definitely a gameplay thing that happens that just when that moment came, I was like, is this, oh my God. That just, I can't believe it didn't get spoiled for me, and having that happen, having no idea, was so cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. I am surprised at how surprised everyone was. I kind of assumed that was gonna happen the whole time.
I think that you think it's gonna happen, but then you go so long without it happening.
Yeah.
That you'd maybe not.
Yeah, I can see that. I just when it did happen, I was just it just seemed so fitting that I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
this is
it was a very cool moment.
But it is awesome. Yeah, it is really cool.
That whole sequence. Right now, I think that is going to be a big Game of the Year contender for the Ready Set Gamecast debates.
For everyone.
Yeah, probably for everyone.
For everyone ever.
Yeah, for us, for sure. Darian, I think you need to play this, and I think I can sell you on this. Erin cried while she was watching the ending. Darian likes to cry, so, and the story is both light, but the moments are powerful. Definitely, if you have any idea of who Kratos used to be, seeing that kind of whole thing, how he is now and how he is with Atreus, is very, very cool. Teddy Chinaris, did you get the bonus ending?
With the Valkyries?
No. There's I didn't know
if
about.
you beat all the Valkyries, you get more story.
Okay, they mentioned hey, Valkyrie stuff. I've taken down 3 of the Valkyries so far.
Yeah, if you beat all of them, there's a big thing.
Yeah.
That I know of, but I haven't seen or done. But I know what it is. The bonus ending, as in, go back to.
Yeah, did you go back to the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean the first credits run and stuff, so I think some people might just be like, "Oh, game's over," and stop. But there's a really cool moment if you go back to the house, and it's super easy because once the first credits roll, you exit right onto the fast travel points. You can just fast travel back to the house and see.
Yeah.
And it was a cool little thing.
It tells you too. It's like go back home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they say like, hey, are you going back home? You should go back home.
Yeah.
So it's definitely cool leading into the next game. Which
it's a fucking great game.
Yeah.
Know what there should be. I am like surprised if we would have to convince somebody to play it. It's so like when it came out and everyone was like giving it 10s and like it's easily like one of the best games of the generation, let alone like the year. Like it's immaculate. There's I don't have many complaints with it at all. It's incredible. It's one of the only games I've played in a long time that I played like The Last of Us, where I binged it. Like I played for like 8-10 hours and then was like, okay, I need to go to sleep, and then like take out my earbuds and just fall asleep and then wake up and be like, all right, more God of War. Like I needed to finish it. I needed to see the end of the story. It's incredible. It's a really good game.
It's actually interesting to see all of the like conversation with Spider-Man seems to be comparing it to God of War, because that's like right now God of War was like the top dog, and now people are kind of like, is Spider-Man better? And some people are saying
what I just said about God of War, right? Think about how I feel about it, and then consider the fact that it's very possible, if not already a thing, that Spider-Man's probably going to be my game of the year.
Yeah.
Like, God of War is probably a better game, but I'm going to like Spider-Man more. Like, Spider-Man's going to be my favorite game of the year more than God of War. I feel, for sure. Like, it already probably is.
People looking to be the guests on the Ready Set Gamecast Game of the Year discussion. You better play those two games, because I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of discussions going to be around those two games.
Yeah, those two are going to be the big ones.
Darian just got like a thing out of. You've got time. Like,
They're
I think
so good.
Both games come in around 20 hours if you can just kind of go straight through. Yeah, they're like.
Yeah, I'm jealous that you have not experienced the glory of God of War yet. Like, you haven't gone through that story for the first time. It's like whenever somebody's like, I haven't played The Last of Us, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was in your position so I could play it all through again for the first time.
Or for you, if somebody hasn't played Kingdom Hearts before.
Yeah,
that'd be your
No,
analogy.
every time I can't sell Kingdom Hearts because it's so cheesy. That's how I tried to sell it to my coworker. I was like, you might like Kingdom Hearts. It's really cheesy and light, and like it's like a little nerdy, but like not that much. It's just Disney and cheese and easy. Like,
it's the Disney, but like
it's
with
not
covered
like
cheese,
oh my
so.
god, it's the most dramatic, amazing, beautiful experience of your life. It's like no, it's just fun and light until you get to the later games. But I don't have to try to sell that one. Like,
you're already in at that point,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're either in or you're not. So.
I also played Space Pirate Trainer, some VR stuff. I have my office. I reset up my office. I used to have my desk kind of like weirdly in the corner that was kind of like closed off, and I kind of put it in the different corner in a way that makes way more sense, and I can do VR a lot better. Having a huge space to play Beat Saber is really cool because it has you moving using the full space with like the walls coming at you. I'll end up like on the other side of the room while the like my play space doing that. And I just want to say real quick that so I played Ingress. I had Aaron came to town, and I also had my friend Sarah that I've trucked into playing Ingress. And there's one to two other players on the other team. I think one is way more active than the other. And we took down pretty much all of the portals in in my town, so much that the game has in-game chat where like people can talk to each other. The guy messaged me and was like, "Can you guys leave one of my portals alone?" And then I sent the screenshot of that to my friend who's been playing with me, and she's like, "Let's go take down his stuff right now." We're just like, make him cry.
Wow. Rest in peace.
He's retaking the town because I just haven't played it a little bit, but
there you go. Get wrecked. Vengeance comes for you.
No, he will suffer my wrath once we start playing again. I have my friends, like, I think he is higher level than me. He can use better stuff than me, but I have numbers.
So he's better than you. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Why are you on this guy's side?
Because you were a dick to him. You're like, all right, let's crush his dreams.
I played the game good. That's like,
sure. But like, you can still have good sportsmanship, like conduct. You know?
No. It's like playing Overwatch and the other team's like, "Hey, can you let us win?" And then you're like, "That's not how the game's played."
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Ingress is a competitive game about who can control the most portals, and I wanted to control the most portals.
Well, all right, good on you. You did it.
Yep, I'm the best of the video game. Also, there's a really cool thing a story event coming up in Minneapolis in October, and I'm kind of tempted to go because it'll have like the two teams like doing competitive event in the cities, and like how that, and there'll be other events around the world happening around the same time, and depending on how that all shakes out, like the story is going to go one way or another. So that could be cool. But you know what stories I'm interested in hearing about?
Oh man.
The news stories.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go into the first one. That's why I was like, I'm not.
Well, you know what the first news story is? Kingdom Hearts VR experience. Darian, tell me about the Kingdom Hearts VR experience.
Okay, in holiday time this year.
Can you raise the excitement about the Kingdom Hearts, the game that you want all the people to play?
Okay, in the holiday time of this year, they're going to release a free Kingdom Hearts VR experience, specifically coming to PSVR.
So fake.
So don't get it. Because fuck Sony.
Whoa!
Wow. I will say,
Put out two of the best games of the year.
Darian's, I love Kingdom Hearts, but apparently Darian loves it way more. But I'm the VR guy. PSVR sucks.
I've played PSVR. It's fun.
PSVR.
I've played PSVR and I've played.
I played PSVR and I've played Vive. PSVR is fun.
I think I did Vive. I liked both of them.
Yeah.
PSVR only has like camera tracking with the lights. Elitist. That it only works in like ideal conditions.
Yeah.
And you can't like move around and all the stuff.
Don't be a VR elitist. If they're both fun.
There's different kinds of experiences that you can have with each of them.
Yeah.
You could have the same experiences you have in PSVR, but better on Vive.
No, because on Vive I feel the need to stand, and I don't always want to do that.
There are plenty of Vive games where you should be sitting. Like I played Hellblade in VR, and that was something I felt like I should be sitting in.
You're just a sourpuss. All right, PSVR.
Anyway.
Teddy made a really good point. PSVR is cheaper.
It's very cheap.
It's a little bit more of a budget VR, and it's fine for what it is.
Although I think the Oculus Rift is about the same price. If you just care about, you'd have to have a PC that can play.
You need a good PC that can run it instead of just a PS4, which is cheap as well.
What did I play? No, I definitely played Vive. Okay.
Anyway,
yeah, that's important. Shut up.
No, I think I watched the stream where you played Vive, but I think there was technical issues too.
There wasn't that many.
Okay, so there were some.
I played Job Simulator. That was really fun.
So I don't have PlayStation VR. I don't really want it because I got the good one, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll come to the Vive because like all the PlayStation VR exclusives have come over to Steam at some point, but this is Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, oh, is Kingdom Hearts coming to PC? No. It's coming to Xbox and it's coming to PS4. But maybe it'll be something that comes over eventually. Like all the Final Fantasies are on PC, to my knowledge.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy, like their latest ones are
7 and 8, 13,
15 is
I don't 10. I mean 10, maybe.
No, there's so Square Enix has no problem with the PC. So maybe I'm hoping this will come over to the Vive, but it's a 10-minute like almost video experience that will this hold together your friends enjoy a free 10-minute interactive video featuring the series' iconic breathtaking music, blah blah blah. It seems to just kind of be like you're experiencing moments from the Kingdom Hearts games, but in VR.
I bet it'd be pretty enough to make me cry.
Okay.
Does it really need to be super pretty to make you cry, though?
No.
How pretty does it have to be?
The first game made me cry like a baby. And then the second game also made me cry like a baby.
God of War.
When they were originally on the
second
PS2.
0.8 game.
She hasn't played it.
I haven't played that one.
Really?
I have it. I haven't touched it yet.
You gotta get on it. You're the Kingdom Hearts person.
Yeah, I know. I'm still working on Recom. It's soul sucking, so I don't wanna. I'm playing dancing, singing Japanese anime girls. Okay, I'm not in Kingdom Hearts right now.
You should play God of War. It'll make you cry.
No.
Anyway,
that's true.
Oh wait, no. Here's the thing. I'll get
And make you
PlayStation
happy.
VR when Sony gives up the bullshit about crossplay.
okay. Well, can you
And
tell?
that's our next story.
Well,
Okay.
you're gonna be waiting for a while.
Can you do a news story about why that's not going to happen?
Sony decided. So here's the title. Sony is blocking crossplay because PlayStation is the best place to play.
They've been blocking crossplay.
Yeah,
This
well,
is
they're doubling
quote that
down.
Somebody.
This is
yeah,
why they're
this
not
is-
letting go.
This is a quote that somebody came out that was extremely tone deaf and not.
The Sony CEO
Oh God, hold on, let me try.
Kenichiro Yoshida
Kenichiro Yoshida.
There you go.
said during the German's IFA Electronics Convention on
cross-platform, our way of thinking is always that PlayStation is the best place to play. Fortnite, I believe, partnered with PlayStation 4, is the best experience for users. That's our belief. But actually,
Yikes.
we already opened some games on cross-platform with PC and some others. So we decided on what is the best user experience. That is our way of thinking for cross-platform. Sony is toxic and needs
Yikes.
to get off their high horse.
That's
I hope
literally
this
them
hurts
being like,
their
hey, you
next
want to play with your
platform
friends on other
sales.
platforms, but like we're better, so play here.
Yeah.
Sony's the
Get them
worst.
over here. We're the
Jesus.
best place to play. So like, why would you even want to?
This
awful.
This is Sony PlayStation 2 thinking they're untouchable.
PlayStation 3 launch.
And then PlayStation 3 comes around and they take a nosedive because they made stupid decisions thinking they were untouchable. And they need to get off their high horse or
They need a reality
Swift
check.
kick in the nuts. You know what I mean?
next gen people are going to go, no, I'll go with the Xbox 9 or whatever they call it.
9? Why would they skip to 9?
Why would they go from 360 to 0?
Yeah, it's one.
They didn't.
Xbox One.
To 1.
Actually, that was the dumbest thing. Anyway, sorry.
Can you guys? What if it was the Xbox 2? Could you think about that?
That'd be the stupidest thing ever.
That'd be so dumb.
Xbox
It would be
Zero
so
would be
dumb.
better.
Okay, real talk. It would be really dumb, But like at this point,
You might as well.
I wouldn't be totally against it. Because, like, what else are you going to do? Is it going to be the Xbox 720 finally now? Like,
No.
At this
Too
point,
late.
with Phil Spencer's initiative of, like, everything going forward is going to be backwards compatible. Like, from now on, every Xbox game from Phil Spencer onward is going to be playable on all future Xboxes, right? So, like, the Xbox 2 makes sense. Like, it's a continuation. You can play all the ones from your Xbox One. Like, I don't know. I
want them
totally
to come
against
out
it.
with something like off the wall, like no numbers, just like the, like.
What if it was literally the X-Bone finally? They're like, yeah, it's the X-Bone.
No.
We're embracing it.
Like, all right, I've seen Odyssey a lot in the past year, so like Xbox Odyssey, I'm about that life.
Yeah, that makes
Xbox
sense.
Origins.
Well, it sounds like the next console war is going to be very competitive, not unlike Destiny 2 Forsaken's first raid. Can you tell me what? Oh, go ahead.
It's going to have some problems. Let me tell you. First of all, before we talk about this thing that's actually on the news, I want to talk about the fact that on Twitter, Bungie helps Twitter. They tweeted out this, and on the forum, this is what it says. And I'll read it real fast because people who don't play Destiny won't know what this means, but people who play Destiny will be like, oh shit. It says, high priority issue. Weekly challenges reset, which by the way, in Forsaken, which I still haven't even gotten to like the full end game of, the weekly challenges are like the way to progress now instead of like they changed the end game a bit. Weekly challenges reset. After further investigation, we have determined that the Gambit, Crucible, and Story weekly challenges did reset at 5 p.m. PDT Saturday instead of the weekly reset, which is normally on Tuesday. Due to this issue, they will not reset again at the weekly reset on Tuesday at 10 a.m. PDT. This will impact the acquisition of powerful rewards depending on when players completed the impacted weekly challenges. We are investigating a fix for this issue and will provide updates in this thread as they're available. So basically, each week, like in Destiny, there's a soft cap, which right now is at power level 500. So like whenever you're playing Forsaken stuff, you are getting gear that's better up until 500. Once you are at 500, you need powerful gear, powerful engrams, which you get from, in this case, challenges, right? And those are weekly. And they reset every Tuesday. So as long as you do them each Tuesday or each week before the Tuesday runs out, you're progressing up your power and moving through that. But the weekly reset happened early on Saturday. So like if people did it on Saturday expecting to do it again on Tuesday, they're screwed because the raid launches on Friday, or not Friday. Is it Friday? It's Friday the 14th is when the raid launches. And if you don't know, the Destiny raids are 6 people, most difficult content in the game, big puzzles, big bosses. Like a 6-person team has to go in together and go in blind and figure out how to get through. And every time they launch one, it's a big thing of like a raid race, like who's going to get worlds first. And this absolutely impacts the raid race because now there's going to be a ton of teams that like one of them, like on one end, if somebody did the challenges on Friday, they get to do it again now for 2 chances at powerful engrams. But like if somebody did on Saturday, that's it. They only have 1 chance at powerful engrams. Like it's not good. So we'll see what they're gonna do about fixing this. But whoever does beat Forsaken's raid, which I believe is called The Last Wish, they are going to get an in real life like WWE looking championship belt, and it looks awesome. And they are also sending this out to anyone who has gotten a world's first completion on any normal raid in the past. They're sending these out to them too. Very, very cool looking dude. I want it. I'm never gonna have it. Never gonna get it, but it looks awesome. I think it's really cool that they're doing stuff like this. They also launched a thing called Bungie Rewards, which is basically like how they've done with their t-shirt stuff, where it's like you do stuff in game, you earn the ability to get stuff IRL. They're doing more things like that. Let me open the rewards page right now. On like the first one is like you complete the story and you get the you get the soundtrack. And then, like, you complete the Ace of Spades quest, and you get, like, something else. But it says details coming soon for a lot of these, so we don't really know what it is. But they're going to be doing more stuff like this, which is very, very cool. Big, like, shout out to the community. They're trying to pay it forward type thing, with cool little gear. Pieces of gear. So, yeah. Very excited to see the new raid. Will I play it on Friday? Absolutely not. But I can't wait to play it when I get the chance.
Sounds like Destiny has some problems with their cloud, not unlike the Nintendo Switch games will have.
They don't. Okay.
No, totally. It was a problem with the cloud. It messed up to reset. Cloud. It's all. Darian, tell me about the Nintendo Switch games that won't have cloud support.
So I mean, like, it has cloud support, but like it doesn't for some titles.
Can you tell me about that?
That's it.
That's
basically it.
That's
Nintendo
it.
came out being like, "Hey, there's cloud support for the saves, but not for all of them."
For notable games such as Splatoon 2, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and Let's Go Pikachu. There's a fucking typo in this article. They spelled Eevee wrong. Oh my god.
Yikes.
I got you, Polygon. Okay.
Got him.
There's also fine print for third-party titles like NBA 2K19, FIFA 19, Dead Cells, and Dark Souls Remastered.
Dead Cells is
All
awesome,
of
by the
these
way.
games
Everyone go buy Dead
support
Cells.
cloud saves on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions.
Wait, are those ones that aren't going to have it, or are?
It says there's fine print. It does not actually say what that means. Those are just titles.
I really hope Dead Cells has cloud support because I don't want to lose that save.
This came out from a Game Informer article, and Nintendo responded. I will now read their response. The vast majority of Nintendo Switch games will support save data cloud backup. However, in certain games, this feature would make it impossible to, for example, regain items that had been traded to other players. Would make it possible to regain items that have been traded to other players, or revert to a higher online multiplayer ranking that had been lost. To ensure fair play, save data cloud backup may not be enabled for such games. To ensure that save data cloud backups cannot be used to unfairly affect online multiplayer rankings, this feature will not be enabled in Splatoon 2. So that seems to be the reason, is that like you could use the cloud saves to cheat and stuff like Pokemon. You could trade away your Pokemon, then just revert to your old save and then get the Pokemon back. Or Splatoon to change your rankings. Now, how do you feel about it?
Makes more sense. I'm down.
Nah.
Just don't completely destroy. Just don't like not allow something for something dumb, and we'll be okay. Like if you're like The Legend of Zelda doesn't support cloud saves, or Dead Cells, I'll be like, or Stardew Valley, I'll be like, excuse you? Like these are games that I have big save files in. So yeah, I'm happy.
There's an upcoming game coming to Nintendo Switch that
is there, dude? I'm excited about this. This is gonna have a big save file on it for me, for sure, and I will hope that they will let me cloud save it. It's called Civilization 6. You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. Civ 6 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Your prayers have been answered. Dude, how good is the Switch? Think about this. The other day I was thinking, or when I first got it, I was like, man, what I really want on the Switch right now is a very grindy Diablo-like game where I can just kind of grind away and get some gear and like progress and whatnot while I'm like watching a show or something. And I looked up and there was like a game called, oh man, I don't even remember what it's called at this point, but it wasn't that great. I got it. I mean, it's fine, but like, it's not Diablo. But now Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch. For the Vita, I always wanted a Civilization type thing on the Vita, which there was, but it was like the mobile Civ, and it was really odd. But this is like full on Civilization 6 is coming to the Switch, and it's gonna it's gonna be awesome. Like games like Diablo, where you can grind away, are perfect for a portable, or games like Civ 6, where it's like turn-based and the campaigns are long, are really, really exciting to have on a portable system. I'm very excited about it, and it's coming in November. Looking forward to that. Yes,
Fun fact, Civ 6 came out on my 22nd birthday.
Oh, nice.
I did a drunk stream and played Civ 6 and then decorated a cake while I was drunk, and it was a good time.
Nice.
Was it my 22nd? Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So I'm also kind of excited for Civ 6. That was a good game.
Yeah. Nice.
Are you guys gonna have a Civ 6 face off on your Switches?
Fuck yeah. I'll
sure,
lose.
I guess.
I'll lose.
I don't want to. No. Who's gonna lose?
Me.
Oh. I don't know about that.
Sounds like it's the match
Two
of the
terrible
century.
Civ players. Good. I'm fucking
This could
awful
be entertaining.
at it. I'm so bad at it. I've never been good at Civ. I've never even played too much of Civ. But the thing is I've played a good amount of Civ, but like that's not enough. Like it's so massive. Just like this massively multiplayer online role-playing game coming out in the future. Okay, there are two MMO stories that I'm going to close out the news with. And I'm very excited about one and sad about the other. We're going to start, you know what? We're going to start with the sad one, and then we're going to move on to the excited one. We're going to get this out of the way. To a lot of people who know me from streams and Twitter and whatnot, like...
And this podcast?
Actually. You've probably heard me talk about it. One of, if not my favorite MMOs, is a little game called WildStar. It had a lot of faults. It did. The main one, in my opinion, being that the game was never, still to this day, was never optimized well at all. It still runs like garbage. Specifically in like the capital cities and whatnot. Like it's still like really like I have a way better computer than I did then, and it still runs just the same. But I loved WildStar so much. There was a time when I didn't like WoW that much because I thought that the tab-based combat was boring, but what I didn't realize was that it was just the Frost Mage class is really boring to play. But WildStar was extremely tantalizing to me, and yes, I just used the word tantalizing, because like the combat was all action combat. Every NPC that fought you had telegraphs, as they called them. So like when they shot out attacks at you, there was a little pattern on the ground of a red circle. Like if the red circle was right here, the rock that the guy was throwing was gonna hit right there, and you don't stand in the red. And then when you shot out stuff, yours was blue, and when there were heals coming out, they were green. So you had to stand in the green, avoid the red, and be sure your blue is hitting the right thing. And it was the same for all melee classes, had telegraphs that were specific patterns. Like there was like double jumping and sprinting, and there were hoverboards, and it was sci-fi, and there were cool little hamster dudes called Chuas, and there were cool little bunny dudes called Orans. I think that's right. Orans. Yeah. And oh man, I really, really liked the world of this game, how it was just cartoony sci-fi, the combat. I have said this before, I don't think there has ever been a game that is more... My favorite group content of any game might be Dungeons in WildStar. Dungeons in WildStar are so good. But like the way the group has to work together, and the way you have to use stuns for the interrupt armor, I love it. It's awesome. But and a lot of people shared the same sentiment, but the game had many problems. It started off as like you have to buy it like World of Warcraft and then still pay for a sub, and then eventually they took the sub away and it was just buy to play, and then it was free to play, and I don't know, they messed around with the business model for a long time. They took a long time to get on Steam. It was never optimized well. They started off way too hard. The end game had a lot of problems apparently at the beginning, which lost a lot of hardcore players. It had a lot of problems, but overall at the core I loved it. But it is now officially shutting down, which it is time. Everyone, whenever somebody would talk about WildStar, it was always like the top comment was like, "This game isn't down already." Like, I thought the servers had been gone forever. So yeah, Carbine Studios is shutting down. 50 people are losing their jobs in the process, and the game is slowly going to be closing down soon. So, rest in peace, WildStar. I will forever love that game. It is very, very sad for me, and only me. But what is exciting about the future of MMOs is that there is a new AAA Lord of the Rings MMO in development. Let me repeat that. Lord of the Rings MMO in development. I don't know if you've ever heard of a game called Lord of the Rings Online, Lotro. It's not very good at all. It's a really old MMO. Like, oh god, a YouTube video just started playing on this on this article I just opened. But no, there's a Lord of the Rings Online is the first MMO I ever played, and it absolutely attached me to the genre because of like the feeling of being in Middle Earth, right? Like, I later went back to the game and was like, this game is not good. Like, the combat's really bad. It's super old and janky, but if there's a new MMO coming out that's Lord of the Rings, it's free to play. It's let me find the name of the developer. They were like formed in like May of this year. Athlon is the name of the developer, Athlon, and the publisher is I don't know how to say it, Leyu, I guess, Technologies, who owns Digital Extreme, and Splash Damage, who Digital Extreme does Warframe, and Splash Damage is Gears of War 4's multiplayer. So and this game is going to be free to play. So I had somebody I knew who I told about this was very worried about the free to play aspect, and then I was like, hold on. It's the same publisher as Digital Extremes, and Warframe is like the top example of free-to-play done right these days. It hasn't always been the case, but these days for sure. So I'm not super worried, still worried, but very excited. This is promising, but we won't see anything about this for many, many years because games take a long time to make, and specifically MMOs take even longer. So this is going to be quite a ways away, but keep your eye out. Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Oh god. We have a new segment on this amazing podcast because if you haven't heard, we launched a Patreon, and it is now time to shout out our Patreon supporters. Last Geek has launched a Patreon to help make great content like this podcast. For the low price of $5 a month, you can get a shout out on every episode of Race at Gamecast, like Aaron C. did. So just go to patreon.com/lastgeek, put in the money, and then you can hear your name on this show.
Sorry, like what? Like who?
Aaron C.
Okay.
I
feel like you just said that like really just...
I feel like I bit my tongue, so my tongue feels bad.
Oh.
That's not good, dude.
Yeah,
you don't want that feeling bad.
My tongue's all weird. So let's get into the topic of the show. What games of the upcoming holiday season do you consider must-plays? Teddy Chinaris, wait a minute. Darren, what's your picks?
Wait, what?
What games of the upcoming holiday season do you consider must-plays?
Interesting question for me.
What games coming up are you looking forward to, Darian?
The only one that I'm actively looking forward to... Fuck you, Teddy. The only one I'm actively looking forward to is Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. I mean, Smash Bros. Ultimate is up there. Yeah, but
Mario Party.
Okay.
Smash.
Real talk. I've never been good at Smash, and I know that it's an exciting thing that's happening, and I know it's a big deal, but like I personally do not feel excited for it. I will end up getting it because of obligations. But I'm not. I mean, I'm kind of excited for it, but I'm not like, oh man, I can't wait for Smash. You know?
I'm so excited.
Gotta smash.
I don't even know what other games are coming out.
Well, Teddy Chinaris will tell you.
Yeah,
I will say my list is not. I like a lot of video games. I don't like every single video game ever. I like most of them. So like this list isn't completely correct. But I will say For me, the two ones that were like the fall games, which is technically, I mean, September is, I guess, fall, but like, September is like the beginning of the fall season for games. The two big ones were Forsaken and Spider-Man. Like, those are the two. I'm so far in debt from these trips that I took during the summer that I am not allowing myself to buy any other game. There are many other games that I'm very excited about, though, and I can talk about it, and I'll be very bummed and probably will succumb to impatience and irresponsibility and get anyways, but I'm going to try not to. But there are a bunch of games coming out. So, like, Forsaken kind of, for me at least, kicked it off on September 4th, and then Spider-Man on September 7th. And then I have on this list, the one game I know I'm missing on this list is Fallout 76. I don't know where that goes, but I know a lot of people are excited about that. Shadow of the Tomb Raider comes out on September 14th, which I believe is this Friday. Yeah. I think that's a week after Spider-Man. Yeah. I wish I could get Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I really enjoyed the reboot and Rise a lot. It's gonna be a really good game. So I'll get that eventually. Forza Horizon 4 is coming out on October 2nd. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming out on October 5th. That's one I wish I could get. And Call of Duty Black Ops 4, October 12th. That is absolutely one I wish I could get and will probably get no matter what, even though I shouldn't. That is October 12th. Right now, currently, the beta for Blackout is going on, which is the Battle Royale for Black Ops 4. And I'm probably going to play that in just a little bit after this podcast. Starlink, the game with the Toys to Life dealios, the Ubisoft game with Star Fox in it. That comes out October 16th. Red Dead Redemption 2, everyone's big one. Not necessarily mine, but everyone's super pumped about it. October 26th. And then after that, Just Cause 4 on December 4th. And then Smash Bros. I actually need to add to this list, which I believe is, I know it's in December, but what's the actual date? Hold on. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate release date. December 7th. So, a couple days after Just Cause 4. So, out of those games, Bryce, which ones are you looking forward to, if any?
Out of those games? Okay, so here's mine. I'm looking at GameSpot's list because they're the first thing that came up when I Googled games coming out. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I don't know if you said that one. That's maybe. I will think 5th. About that when reviews come out. Super Mario Party. That's one I'm interested in. The World Ends With You Final Remix. I'm excited to play that because I hear great things. They've got a My Hero Academia game coming out. I don't know how great it looks. I'm gonna wait for reviews on that one. Red Dead Redemption, I'm probably gonna pick that up.
Yeah.
Fallout 76, I still have mixed feelings about. Pokemon Let's Go, I'm for sure going to play.
This one was just my list, by the way, of ones that I was looking forward to. So,
and then Smash Brothers Ultimate in December, and I will say Moonlight. According to Best Buy, Moonlighter is coming to the Nintendo Switch November 6th. I don't know if this is accurate, but I've been waiting to pick up Moonlighter on the Switch, so that's definitely it's technically already out, but I'm counting that as hey, a lot of people are probably waiting for it on the Switch. It's coming in November, according to Best Buy. So that's my pretty sure I'm gonna pick up games.
Nice.
Cool.
Darian, did any of those pique your interest?
I mean, The World Ends With You is neat. I want to try that game.
All right.
Cool. So that was a chill little discussion. But next time, we're going to get back into the heavy questions. Do you think spoilers affect your enjoyment in games? Should something be done to prevent spoilers on social media? There's a lot of people kind of upset about like because photo mode was released right away on Spider-Man. People are upset that a lot of like people have been posting on Twitter of like costumes and moments and stuff. And yeah, so people are upset about
Spider-Man.
it. So. But we'll
talk about it next week.
Yeah, we will discuss it in 2 weeks. But we want to hear from you. How do you feel about it? Send in your responses at readysetgamecast.com/submit. Darian, take us through the questions and comments.
All right, we've got.
Do the little thing. It's below it.
Why did you put it at the end if you want me to
I don't know. I
before
think it got moved around at some point.
All right, so here we go. Do you want to be a part of the show? Go to readysetgamecast.com/submit to submit a question, comment, or your favorite Pokemon for us to read on the show. Annie Mouse asks...
A Squirtle.
Wow, spoilers. Annie Mouse asks... Annie Mouse asks, for everyone, what's your dream vacation? Teddy, you can go first.
I can go first?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different... That's an interesting question. I didn't even read the question ahead of time. That's a super interesting question. It depends. Like, oh man, I want to go to... There's like a couple places that I really do want to go to, but like overall, if I was just given a week, I think I would... I don't know. If I was just given a week, I feel like I would go somewhere. Me and my girlfriend would go somewhere for like a week. Yeah, I'd want her hanging out, and we would go somewhere where there's like a couple of things to do, right? But like, so like some days we go out and do some stuff, and then like other days, I just sit down and fucking play the shit ass Spider-Man and just like eat garbage snacks and just hang out like a super comfortable thing, nice TV. I don't know. Just like for basically a dream vacation is just for 1 week to have nothing to worry about. Which even that's unrealistic because like you're the whole time you're still gonna be like, but when I get back, and then it's gonna be like fuck. But that would be ideal. I don't know, but that's like one dream vacation. There's also like I want to go to New Zealand and I want to go to Japan really badly, and I also want to go to Italy. So those are the 3 countries on the top of my head. What about you, Bryce?
So I just had a vacation, like the week off from work, and I just stayed home, and it was so nice of just like...
That sounds amazing.
Like, hey, what do I have to do today? Nothing. I can
sounds
just
awesome.
sleep. I can play video games as late into the night as I want. I can get up whenever. Like, I'm getting paid for it. Like, they already paid me, so it's cool. But if I was actually so honestly, that was a pretty dope vacation. I'm sad it's over.
Yeah.
But if I was going somewhere, I went to PAX East last year. No, like the year before. 2017. I think I went to PAX. That was a pretty cool time. I would like to do that again. But I also like we basically we had one day like I could only get Friday and Sunday tickets. I couldn't get Saturday tickets. So on Saturday, I just let the girls decide what to do, and we ended up going to Salem to like the witch trial house and stuff. That wasn't really my scene. But like, so I love PAX. Like I just see like Zyger and like hang out with Greg Miller because it was a kind of funny panel and stuff, and like all the kind of like the panel ended and everyone was just like hanging out talking to them for so long that the like enforcers or whatever they're called at PAX East were just like, okay, this is like a fire hazard. You guys can't be in the hallway. And so they like opened up a room and just had us like hang out in there for for like as long as we wanted. And that was cool. So I would kind of like if there was something like that in Japan, because I want to go to Japan too. There's a lot of cool stuff in Japan. So if I could go to a cool gaming event in Japan, that'd probably be a dream vacation.
Nice.
Darian?
Okay, so we can all agree that going to Japan would be really dope.
Yeah, that's one.
Let's all
for
go
everybody.
to Japan together, guys.
But like, that requires a lot of money that I don't.
Also,
You know,
group vacations are really difficult.
if you support at patreon.com/lastgeek, you get cool stickers like this and help support a trip to Japan for the
Yeah, that'll
Last
happen
Geek
in
podcast.
20 years.
Yeah, I have some legitimate concerns about, if this podcast ever takes off and we have a lot of Patreon supporters. It's going to be 45 minutes of just reading the names of all of the
we'll
deal with that if that ever.
Yeah, the money, the cost to get a shout out would go up, and I'd probably put that at the end of the episode at that point. But yeah, I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. that I will be fine with that bridge existing. I will build that bridge with my own two hands.
and then burn it from the other side.
Okay, anyway.
I'm feeling really just like feisty today. I don't know
Good.
why.
We get that Darian energy going. Darian gets a dream vacation. What is it?
I want to go to Tokyo Disneyland. That's a big
Fuck yeah.
combination of a lot of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
things.
Speaking of
Oh man, I forgot about it. Yeah, Disney World or Disneyland. I've never been.
I think Disney World's supposed to be better. But
I went to
It is
Disney World when I
bigger.
was like 3, and I don't remember any of it.
I've never been to any Disney park, and the Star Wars world is opening up soon, and I want to go to that.
Go! Hell yeah.
I went to Disney World when I was 8, and I remember a lot of it. And all I know is that I need to visit Disney World again before they officially close down the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror ride, because I know it's coming eventually. It's a little dated.
Wait, isn't that already?
In Disneyland, it
Disneyland?
is.
Okay.
In Disney World, it is still Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. But in Disneyland, they made it the Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever. Because I remember when they announced that, I got really scared, and I looked it up, and I was like, okay, my favorite ride is still in Disney World, which is where I want to go. So yeah, I'm just keeping my eyes on that. Every 4 months or so, I check the wiki to make sure it's still open.
And Universal is relatively close to Disney World, so that way then I can go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter as well.
I was gonna say, isn't that Harry Potter experience
Yes,
there as
and I
well?
would like
Yeah,
to go.
that would be neat. I don't know. I would. My dream vacation would be just sweet in Disneyland, Tokyo, and I'm sure they have all sorts of really cool anime stuff there as well. I think that'd be great. Also, just touring Japan would be amazing to me.
I think there's a Nintendo theme park opening up in Japan at some point.
All right, new goal.
I think they're working on that. Okay, that was the one question. So time to do all the things that end the show, like housekeeping. Go to race@gamecast.com for links to the podcast and all your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, as well as the video version on YouTube. Darian, my tongue hurts. Can you read the rest of the show for me?
Yeah, I'll do it. If you like the show, please comment. Please comment. This is YouTube now. Everywhere. If you like the show, please subscribe, rate, and review it on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us grow and become more powerful.
One arm, one day, we'll get the other one.
Awesome. We're getting there. Okay. This is your regular reminder that Game Make Corp has a new episode. I have not listened to it yet, so I can't give you a review. I haven't been listening to podcasts because I got back into vampire romance, which I think I mentioned last time, but
You did.
I'm still in it. I'm really behind on my podcasts.
In it to win it.
I started unsubscribing from podcasts because I started getting sick of notifications. I was like, I don't care. I'm still listening to this book. I don't have time for this podcast anymore. Goodbye.
Darian hasn't heard any of the Ready Set Gamecast episodes. She has no idea what's been on the show.
That's true. I haven't been able to harshly judge anybody on anything. I have been listening to My Brother and Me. And there's a podcast that comes out every Tuesday that's called Savage Lovecast. It's a sex and relationships podcast. It's really good. I
was gonna make a sex and relationship podcast, but Darian told me no.
True. The next episode for Game Make Corp is gonna come out on the 28th. That's not right.
The next episode of Race at Gamecast.
That's really odd.
Well, it used to say next episode will star so and so, but we're done with guests for a while.
So we could just not
fine
say that.
Okay.
Okay, where can people find you? We're gonna start with Bryce.
That's okay. Last Geek on Twitter, Last Geek Plays on Twitch, Last Geek Plays on Instagram, lastgeek.com, youtube.com/lastgeek.
All right, Teddy.
Twitter.com/Teddy Chinaris, youtube.com/Teddy Chinaris, and then also twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris, which is the most important one. Also I guess Instagram too, whatever. But Twitch is the most important. It's been a weird week on Twitch. I got back to school, so I'm not as consistent as I have been. So very, very few people have realized when I've gone live. So keep an eye out for Spider-Man, because I'm playing anytime I play Spider. Yeah, keep an eye out for him. He's out there. Swinging by your window. When I do play that game, I am playing all of it on stream. Like somebody advised me to, and I was like, fine, I'll commit. Whenever I open that game, it will be on stream. So sometimes maybe I'll just be like, I got 30 minutes before I got to go to class, and there'll be a 30-minute stream of me playing Spider-Man. You never know what's going to happen. But other than that, I used to until school started and I have this stupid accounting class, which is taking all my time. I used to stream Mondays through Saturdays, 6 to 10 p.m. Central. So that's what I would like to do ideally, but a lot of times that doesn't end up happening. But keep an eye out on the channel, turn on notifications and whatnot. It'd be awesome. What about you, Darian?
All right. And then me, I'm Dexterity. That's DEXTERIDEE. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and I got my own website. It's dexterity.com. It's really cool. All right, there's no official script for how to end the episode, so I'm just gonna say this has been my brother and me. Kiss your dad square on the lips.
See you again in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
See you later.